are back. Super Bowl week. It's truck day. Slim, but that's not the most important thing right now. We just went to the Fishtown Card Show this weekend. We were welcomed with open arms. Shout out to Brett. Brett runs the card show. He was an awesome host. Bones will be there next time. He missed it this one, but it was Slim and I holding down. Slim, what do you got? Recap that for us.
I was the Fishtown Card Show was awesome. We're definitely going to be getting ourselves in the circuit, and really we're looking to acquire cards for our personal collection and for the Red Corner collection, things that we can give away. We're learning the market. We got a bunch of good intel. I think we grabbed a bunch of subscribers while we were down there. So the next time we go to one of those events, we're going to bring what they call the boom, right? We're going to bring a couple big booms. We're going to probably have some trivia going on, more giveaways, get ourselves a nice optimal position, and we're really going to make this. Because what I notice is it's almost like the old school antique road show, right? But what we're going to do,
yes, that's a nice analogy.
So it's like the antique road show, but we're going to get the Red Corner there. We're going to go live, and we're going to make it a little party too. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for us, for our card collection, for the Red Corner crew, and for the Fishtown Card Show. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, everybody we met. Met a lot of good people.
Yeah, I mean that was our rookie year for the card shows, and it was over at Rivers Casino. But that was not Slim's rookie year at Rivers Casino. I thought I was in Cheers, and he was Norm. Man, they were Slim. He knew everybody over at Rivers. He was at VIP.
We're gonna have no problems there. Absolutely, gonna have no problems there.
It's funny for this show.
Like a new.
I know. For this show, I'll tell you what, Bones arranged it for us to be there. I didn't know what I was walking into, right? It was almost like this brand new sub-community, right, of just people we don't even know what was going on. On our right, there was a Pokemon guy, and he was slinging cards all day. And, like, on the left, we had this OG, there's the parking. We had an OG, like, baseball guy, right? Guy from Delaware, really cool dude with his son, and he was slinging cards too.
Yes,
but
the guy next to us, his family owned a card shop way back when in Delaware that he's still a part of. So he's skeptical when you get these young guys, these prospects who are in the league who's only in the league for 2 or 3 years,
right?
Rocking a 20, 50 G's. So He's looking to buy and flip them quick while holding on to the legends of the 70s. That's what we learn. You want to get these young bucks, flip them fast. You want to hold the legends from the 60s and 70s.
Yep. All right. So a lot of cool people we met. A lot of hopefully some future Red Riders. Wow, brutal,
dude.
Absolutely brutal today. Yeah. We did mention this to the people we were talking to expect some barking, but this is as bad as it gets.
Where are they? Next to you?
Dude, they're all the way in the room.
Yeah. God. All right, well, I'm going to try to keep my focus here. Hold on. You're mute.
For those who want to give Bones some punishment, we got some punishment right now.
Yes. Chug that beer.
Back to 101. Bones said the Phillies were over 57% all-time win percentage with Jimmy Rollins. They weren't. They were under. They came in at 53%. So, Bones, as you get your beer ready, if you want to recap, we had an emailer or a Red Rider emailed us. Chris said Rollins should be in the Hall of Fame. One stat he gave us was every time Rollins got a hit in a Phillies game in the leadoff position, they won 72, 73% of those games. But the downfall with that is the games he didn't get a hit, since the win percentage totals is 53. If he didn't get a hit, the Phillies won 35% of those games. So great. If Rollins got a hit, it was almost a 20% increase likelihood we were going to win. But if he didn't get a hit, it was almost reversed, 20% decrease likelihood we were going to get a win. So to add insult to injury to Bones, because I don't get to do this much, because this is the guy who's everybody. Bones, on top of that, you didn't think he was the heart of the lineup. With those numbers, he absolutely is, right? I think you said Utley or somebody else, but we went as Rollins went. So, Yeah, chug up, my friend.
All right, they're still going. They were bad, really bad the last 2 years of Rollins' career here. Like, there were 80 games below 500.
Yep.
Okay.
So that really
I hear
set
you.
the tone there.
You got back with me with the number and said it was.
I can't believe how bad they were. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, and that you're right. That changed the whole discourse. But whatever, we're only looking at numbers can tell a lot of stories. So,
But there's one guy that was the catalyst, and that's why he's got the nickname the Big Piece, because once the piece was removed, that's when the Phillies sucked. So here you go.
All right, chug that beer already. Promises made, promises kept. The chug bets are 1-1. Slim with a quick bounce back. Bounce back.
That was a long year.
I can't wait for.
All right. All right, for anybody who's just joined, thank you, and anybody who is fallen off for the dogs, apologies in advance. But boys, let us transition.
Listeners have noticed the dogs.
Guys, so Rob Thomson just sat down with the Phillies Show, right, which is a fellow Phillies podcast with Todd Zolecki, Ruben Amaro, and Jim Salisbury. They do a great job. Rob Thomson was very generous with his time. He was fresh off a 12-day trip from Ireland with his family. I don't know. I was jealous about that when I was hearing him talk about those cold Guinness. But yeah, so he gave him like 35, 40 minutes. It was a really cool interview. Bones, I'm looking at you. What were some of your top takeaways? Maybe we all start with our first top takeaway. Number one for you.
Sorry. So the first one with me was like he's still going to be trusting the lineup. Okay. So like he's not really going to change it if they're hitting a rut. Like he wants them to get out of it and like really trust them. I don't like to hear that. Especially after the last couple of years. And then, like, he brought back, like, how Castellanos started all slow, kept him in there every day. He was basically the only guy he kept in there. Anybody else who hit a slump, he took out, like, almost immediately, sat them for, like, 1 or maybe 2 games. And he just rode Castellanos out the whole time. So that's, like, little stuff like that I don't like to hear, especially coming off the way that postseason ended. Again.
So you're saying, and then I'll kick it over to you, Slim. You're saying, are you responding to the fact that the one time when he basically said, hey, I want to remind everybody that we were top 5 in most offensive categories? Like that whole segment?
Well, no, not that. Just like, well, beside, I guess it's kind of like it all ties in together, but this is more of like
to run it back.
Running the same lineup out, besides like the new pieces that we have that'll throw in, but basically sounds like he's going to do that. But I don't know because another topic they brought up, I'll get into later. But so I don't know if they're going to run the same lineup. But if guys are struggling, he's not going to bench them just because of the things they can do when they're hitting.
Got it, Slim.
Right. No, I agree with Bones. I think one of my things later probably is going to touch again on the lineup. He's going to play his guys. We saw that before. The good thing with that is we have a bunch of gamers. Mm-hmm. So with that, I think maybe the biggest gamer on the team, definitely a top 3 gamer on the team. He brought this guy up. One of my biggest takeaways comes down to Ranger Suarez. He says with Ranger Suarez, he thinks some of his struggles at the end of last season were due to the amount of innings, right? So if he's pinpointing the problem why Ranger maybe was off a little bit, then we can get into the solutions, keep him fresh. And again, with Ranger, it's going to be if he's killing it, it's only positives with Ranger because of the 1-year deal. So
right,
whatever he does is going to be beneficial for us. I think a lot of times you might think throw him into the ground, let him throw his arm out, but I think because he's so good that they think the problem was the innings. They're going to try to treat that problem throughout the season. Maybe give him a break here and there to where guys like Wheeler might not want it. Maybe Ranger we might see getting those breaks, especially later in the summer if we bring up Painter, right? So Painter's a guy we could bring up. We then could go to a 6-man rotation later in the year, like Bones has always said. It won't be an all-year thing. But if Painter comes up, we can keep Wheeler every 5 days like he likes it. And then we can give Ranger, and even maybe he didn't get into Nola too much, but maybe even Nola, because Nola's been getting a ton of innings these last 5 years or so. So there are two guys right there that Painter can come up and alleviate some of those inning pressures, which, at least for Suarez, they're saying was the cause of his bad second half, let's say.
Yeah, we got an active chat here. Shane R. saying having Luzardo makes me feel a lot better. I agree about that. And again, just a reminder, guys, we're going one at a time here. So I wanted to comment on your
but Luzardo
Ranger source.
Luzardo hits on that fifth starter problem, right? So they're like, oh, our fifth starter in the second half last year was terrible. Now we have a fifth starter. We have 5 or rotations easily 5 deep. It's even deeper with Phillips and such. So the problem last year with the second half was the fifth starter. Now that we're a little bit deeper signing Luzardo, we shouldn't have had that issue this year. What they were saying with Ranger, it was strictly an innings count.
Yeah, and so it's funny you mentioned the Ranger innings count because that was one of my things here too. And I don't know if you guys caught this, but Rob mentioned that they put him on a workout plan in the offseason, right? And he had a little bit of a slip, and it was subtle, but he said, hopefully he's working hard at that. So that hopefully was kind of the chalk on the chalkboard for me, right? That jumped out. He's not going to say that if he's talking about JT Realmuto, right? He said that because there have been historical rumors that Ranger hasn't always been the hardest worker in the gym in the off seasons throughout the year on rehabs, which is speculating why maybe he has recurring issues. So that was one of my takeaways. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there now, since you hit on a similar one. So what was your next kind of takeaway that you noticed, Bones?
When they brought up, is there a possible guy you would have if you were to change the leadoff guy, who would it be? And Trey Turner, and that's what I talked about earlier episode, where like if he's the leadoff guy, I think him getting on base and like getting like 40 plus stolen bases is going to be key, just to get the guys moving, and then get easier pitches for the players to hit. Drive them in, like maybe an Alec Boehm at 2 or a Harper at 2. Because he talked about that too with like the lineup. When he talked about that, getting a lot of lefties and having Schwarber and Harper getting the most want them to get the most at bats. Yeah, but you would have put them 2 back to back, so I wonder who they would put it to.
Well, so he mentioned that, and shout out to John Hunter, because I know you were critical of the protection theory in baseball, but Topper actually mentioned that the thought of maybe Schwarber protecting Harper. So who knows if he meant back-to-back, but that was thrown out there.
But that's something he doesn't like to do all the time.
I know.
So I wouldn't be surprised with Harper too.
Not at all. Yeah, I agree.
If Turner was the leadoff guy.
Slim?
With Turner was saying, I think we're going to see Schwarber there. But with Turner, how many stolen bases did he have last year? He didn't crack 30. So why? I mean, I know he's super fast. They say he's top like 5 fastest in the league and the first base. So how come the stolen base numbers weren't there last year? You can't I don't just buy that it was strictly because he wasn't leading off. So I don't know. I wish I would have seen more stolen bases from the last couple of years.
Yeah, but last year he got hurt.
That's a lot.
Last year he got hurt in his hamstring, so he missed like 6 weeks. He didn't really steal any bags when he came back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because of the hammy, and like he said he was healthy, but he was just like being protective of it. So I don't know. Right, but at the leadoff spot, it's different because, especially at 2, because if he's leading off, it's setting the tempo of the game. So if he gets on base, steal a bag, you're really putting a lot of pressure on the pitcher to go at the batters at that point. So,
and main takeaway being that was the name that he said without hesitation, right? He was asked, "Hey, what are some names that you throw out there?" He said Turner with a lot of confidence, no hesitation, and then he also said, and so this kind of comes down to my prior theory in that suggesting Stott. He kind of poo-pooed that, right? He basically said like, that might be a lot of stress on the already lefty-heavy lineup with the stacking of the relievers. Topper is so honest. I appreciated him kind of being that candid, but that was actually one of my other takeaways. So, Slim, you want to kind of jump into one of your other takeaways now?
Yeah, Bohm, right? So he basically said he had to go to Bohm, say, Bohm, we're not trying to trade you. You're so good that people are coming for us asking about you. And then I would love to know what the offers were, what was rejected, the exact details of the counters, because they were making it seem like Bohm was somewhat of a commodity for people to want, and the deals just weren't there,
Right.
Secondly, he's saying the reason Bohm's good because he's a type of hitter. He's going to be putting the ball. He's going to be getting on base. He said he might with this lineup. He said right. So we have a good lineup. We have Turner. We have Schwarber. We have Harper in front of him. So that tells me Bohm's probably going to be batting fourth again this year. He said he might bat 320. He might get 120 RBIs. He didn't say how many home runs he'll have, but that tells me that they're going to plug this dude in the heart of the order. And he did give kudos to the surrounding pieces.
He probably should have had 120 last year, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he slowed down a lot.
And the big thing is, and this is what's going to rub up on the whole team, and this is what you said, Thomson being so honest, just get to the next batter, right? Get on base, do your job, right. You don't have to get the double here. You're not going to win the game in this at bat. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But it's just chugging along, keeping at it. And then the good thing, and I know I get down on Nick Castellanos, but he's great at this.
Mm-hmm.
They're into the game, right? You can see all the Phillies actually watching the game. So, and this is the thing Thomson also said. He's like, Bohm gets picked on. He's like, I have to say this not just the Bohm, but there's other guys who get emotional. And I think when he says emotional, it's not like showing their feelings. It's more like at the plate, right? Like you get up there, it's hard not to want to win the game. It's hard not to swing. One thing that was a cop-out is the whole once the playoff comes, the pitching gets better, so it's even harder not to swing, right?
Yeah.
You can hear when Topper starts talking about that it drags him because he doesn't know how to tell these guys to lay off the great pitchers come the postseason.
Yeah. Honestly, with the whole Bohm emotional thing, I think the biggest issue with that is he's a guy that probably hasn't been getting checked a lot in his life, right? I'm sure he was the best baseball player in high school. He was the top 3 pick, right? Absolutely. He was a stud in the minors. Now when he's alongside guys like Schwarber, Harper, Turner, you got to conduct yourself a certain way, right? When he's acting like that, it's a reflection of the clubhouse. And it's like, dude, you can't handle striking out. You can't handle grounding into a double play. You got to be a big leaguer. And I think that's the kind of stuff that is what made him sit down.
And you said it when we lost in the playoffs. All right, how good of a team are we if Harper's our best, pure hitter, right?
Right.
So if Bohm can ever make that step, who knows what he could be,
Yeah.
Because really his numbers are going to, if you look at the back of his baseball card from 2023 to what's going to be 2025 and 26, he's going to have the best numbers. So he, like you said, he has to start carrying himself and acting that way for sure too. Because he might be in the All-Star game again this year with some big numbers like he was at the end of last, the middle of last year.
Absolutely. Bones, final takeaway.
We just touched on it, the Alex Bohm attitude thing.
Yeah.
It was just basically, got to stop being a baby. Play ball. Go out there and play ball.
If we had $1 every time Alec Bohm was called a baby on this podcast, we got to get an Alec Bohm baby count going. We got a spring training countdown.
Talk to each other.
Wait, what's that?
You think Suarez and Bohm talk to each other?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, because we have Suarez, who we say he's like not working out or whatever. He's being lazy.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got Bohm, who was like a baby. It's just like it's funny how these players get hit with just like these.
I got you. The labels.
Yeah.
Apparently, Suarez can speak very good English behind the scenes.
Oh, great.
That's what I've heard from the reporters. So maybe they do speak to each other. I don't know.
Good organizations, they have to link everybody up with good communicators and I remember Ruiz got suspended, and I'll till this day say he doesn't get suspended if he has the proper outlets to get himself the medication that he wanted, et cetera. That kind of bullshit that happens.
Right. And my final takeaway was what Slim hit on earlier, that when they really hit that 6-man rotation, I know Slim's ears were firing off when he heard that. Yeah, what did you guys, and then we'll transition to kind of the fun segment of the predictions, but what did you guys make of that? Do you think that was Thomson just not really eliminating the thought of that, or do you think we're seriously going to consider that? What was your read on that?
You want to go, Bones?
Yeah, I just think it was, setting yourself up for the playoffs.
Got it.
That's all it really is. Giving guys like a break, especially once that summer heat comes, hits you.
Yep.
Just doing less, just keeping the arm loose, and then having guys fill in here and there. You know what I mean? I don't really think it's like they're going, like we talked about, just like 6-man rotation all year. It's just like a filler, especially with Painter coming off injury like he talked about. He's hoping him back for the summer. They're not going to throw him as much, so like 3 to 4 innings to start, and then just it's little spots here and there, especially because for some reason, like when you get in the summer, that's when they really start going in stretches where they're playing close to 20, like the max, like 20 games in a row, and like 20 days. So it's less breaks during the summer, I feel like. So.
No, I agree on that for sure. Chad here coming in, Shane R. saying, if Rob Thomson goes into this season with the same arrogance about changing the lineup as the last few years, I'm worried it's going to be the same old story.
I think it might be the same story too. Obviously, the timeliness is a theme, right? You have good defense, which I'm not sure where our defense is at because the shortstop, it might not be as good of defense as we want them to be. But our pitching is at a surplus. Thomson said in that interview with Ruben Amaro and those guys that he's going to be straight-faced, showing no emotion. He believes that's basically his main job is to be, hey, it's a long season.
Right.
We're just going to go to work every day. Rob Thomson is the stoic that he should have a stoic YouTube channel, right? He should be on. That's what we're going to get again from him.
Yeah. No, he's a cool guy though.
It's growing on me, but it's annoying, because again, like he's hoping they're hitting when the time comes.
All right, guys, let's move it along here. We're gonna do a little bit of a fun segment. I know people love the lists, so we're gonna give them the lists, right? So we are going to go one by one and say different offensive stat categories, and we're gonna predict who we think the Phillies leader for 2025 is going to be. We'll go one by one, and we'll start off with just overall hits. Make it simple. Bones, looking at you. Who do you believe will lead the Phillies in hits in 2025?
Bryce Harper.
Oh, okay. Nice.
168.
Oh, and you give a number, too.
I got a number for everything here.
Oh, cool. All right. I didn't go that far, but I like that you did. All right. Slim?
He's going Harper. I'll go Trey Turner, especially I think the likelihood of him batting ahead of Harper is probably strong. So, yeah, I'll take Trey Turner.
All right.
And this is based off of, like, my wishes that we did a couple of weeks ago of Harper playing a full season without getting hurt.
All right. Make that 2 for Turner because I have Turner leading the team in hits as well. All right. Up next, we'll go doubles. Bones, who you got? Who's going to lead the team in doubles this year?
Same theme, Bryce Harper, 48.
Wow. Okay.
He was second on the team last year in doubles.
No, I know.
I think he was, and he missed time, I know Bone missed some time too, but
I'll take Bone.
See if we can get that extension.
Damn, me and Slim are kind of like in lockstep here. So you went Bone for doubles?
Yep.
Me too. All right, make that 2 for Bone for leading the team in doubles. All right, this is a fun one. And before I ask this question, Bones, I'm looking at you. Who led the team in triples in 2024?
Chris's boy, Nicky C.
Nicky C. Bones knows, baby. Correct.
With 4.
4. That's a nice trivia question right there. All right, so who do you think is going to lead the team in triples in 2025?
Trey Turner.
Trey Turner. Okay.
Batting the lead off, he's going to be, little juice. 6 triples.
Okay.
It'll be
Slim?
great to see if Trey Turner again. It'll be great to see Turner. It'll be cool if he can lead us in doubles, man. Especially like Bones was saying, he was out for 6 weeks with the hamstring. When you come back from a hamstring, that is going to add a couple more weeks before you're comfortable stealing and such and all, and going full throttle. So I think the at-bats potentially leading off. I don't think he will, but just in case. And then the injury makes Turner a strong case for the doubles as well, and the triples.
So you have him for triples too. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I got a little dissension here. I'm going to go Brandon Marsh. Lead the league and lead the team in triples for 2025. I had to put one hipster pick in there. Come on.
Yeah. Should have been Kepler or somebody else.
Marsh was right there. He might not get the at-bats, to your point. But all right, so here's the fun one. Dingers. Bones, who do you got leading the team in home runs this year?
He's on a contract here. It's going to be Kyle Schwarber. 41.
Damn. All right. Slim?
I'm going to go Schwarber, and I'll give a number. I'll give 48 home runs.
Oh!
Wow.
48 home runs.
Tied for second all time in single season, huh?
Well, you know what's going to happen. We're going to bring back Schwarber, Remuto. We're going to have 4 more DHs.
That would be – Schwarber's the fun pick. I'm going to go Bryce Harper.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to go Bryce Harper this year.
I know with the Remuto thing, we know they want to give him some more days off his feet. They mentioned him DHing, but that's going to take some wizardry unless they throw Schwarber into left field, which I don't think we want to see at all.
Yeah, the one time he did it last year, he got hurt.
I know. Oh, man. Do you think all three of us – well, I shouldn't say all three of us. Do you think I'm beating Schwarber in a foot race, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think Bones is beating Schwarber in a foot race?
Did you see me running in Cooperstown?
Yeah, you look pretty good at during the Flatiron Bowl, though.
Yeah, I beat you a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, you beat
my quarterback got me the ball.
Hey, I tried to do what I did what I did, and I'm sorry. The Coach Kearns lost us that game, not quarterback Kearns. Okay, and there's one MLB player that I could beat to first base. There's one, or I could beat around the bases.
Who? Daniel Vogelbach?
Nope, he just got signed to the Yankees. Paul Goldschmidt. That dude is cooked. Watch him this year. He can't run at all.
The slowest. I mean, Schwarber's probably the slowest guy I've ever seen. No, I'm saying Phillies wise.
Oh,
yeah. Like I'm trying to think. Burrell was not fast, but I think he was faster than Schwarber. Yeah, I think he's probably the slowest guy I can think of. Anyone you could think of slower, Bones?
No, Pat Burrell's pretty slow.
Yeah.
Burrell popped in my head.
I don't know. Schwarber looks like he runs fast. Like feet move fast.
Yeah,
he ain't running fast, but his feet
he's got that. Like he's got this motion going. What's that meme where it's the I can't think of it. Yeah. Let's keep it moving here. So we have 2 more stats to predict. Batting average. Who do you think is going to lead the team in batting average for 25, Adam?
Wait, I think we got a couple more, don't we?
What do you mean?
Batting average? I don't know. For some reason, I thought unless we
Batting average and then on base percentage.
you did do RBI,
We can do RBIs.
stolen bases.
We can do all that. That was,
All right.
but yeah, that wasn't
All
on the
right.
show notes. But let's
All right.
freestyle.
Alec Boehm, 303.
Batting average. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Bohm show now, man. I mean, if he can have a really good year, it'll be awesome. Who has a better year, him versus Turner? That's who keeps going back and forth. Who I want to pick for these categories.
All right. So you have Bohm. You have Bohm as well for batting average.
Yep, I got Bohm.
I have Trey Turner. All right. On base percentage.
When they talk about moving it along, on base percentage, I'll take. Give me Schwarber.
Okay. Schwarber.
So again, I'm basing mine off of Harper playing the full year. 382 on base percentage.
For Harp. All right.
Who do you think's more emotional and impatient at the plate when they talk about moving it on and just like doing your role? Turner or Bohm? Because Bohm is up there. Talk about a dude who gets friggin' emotional, I feel like, and has arrogance. Not Bohm. Turner, man, he's very emotional at the plate and arrogant at the plate. So when we throw a lot of shade at Bohm, but I feel like it's equally should be thrown towards Turner with his approach.
Something that we'll keep an eye on this year for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to be comparing those two head to head, I think, all season.
I mean, obviously during Turner's his infamous slump, that was a rough one, right? Body language is going to be difficult when you're going through that. Overall, I would say the body language is definitely more negative with Bohm, but we'll keep an eye on that. All right, so my pick for on-base percentage is Harper as well. So I'm with you guys. And so I like this. We're going to do a little freestyling here, and we'll transition to RBIs. So who do you got, Bones?
Bryce Harper.
All right.
Again, 104.
Bohm.
Oh, we're going to go Bohm. Okay.
Yep. Give me 117.
That's a big year. Okay.
117.
I'm going to go Bryce Harper. And then finally, let's wrap this up here with stolen bases. I think this is a two-man race, right? Just due to plate appearances. So, Bones, what do you got?
Trey Turner.
Oh, okay.
41.
Wow, that's a big year.
I'm making the jump.
That might be the boldest statement ever said on this podcast. Maybe not. What's the most he's ever stolen in his career? Not to ask you off the top of your head. I don't know if you know. I'll look that up.
Probably like 32.
Yeah.
33. But I don't know. It's supposed to be easier now to steal bags after, like, last year was supposed to be like a big thing where he was going to be stealing more bags. But when he got hurt, he really stopped. So.
Well, no, here you go. So back in 2017, he stole 46 bags. So, yeah, maybe we get a throwback. Love that. Slim, what do you got?
I'm with Adam. Give me Trey Turner, and hey, new rules. He's healthy, so it's his first healthy year being able to utilize these new rules. So yeah, I think 40 would be awesome. I think we might have to go down and bang some of these plays. You know, I like the Bohm plays. I like the Turner plays. I like the Schwarber plays. The Harper kind of seems like a little homerish, though, Bones.
I'm going to go Stott. And I know this. I'm hoping full bounce back year for Stott. I'm hoping he gets he gets on base enough to lead the team in stolen bases. He proved he can do it last year. I think he's going to run it back. He's going to get on base even more this year. So it's going to increase that number to 37 steals. And he's going to lead the team. Boys, that was fun.
He'll definitely be probably most efficient. He's like Utley.
He is like Utley in that regard. Boys, anything else? That was a fun segment. We're gonna end with the same segment we always end with. But anything else you want to get off your chest? Max, again.
They're expecting Kepler to be a really good hitter for us. So where he gets plugged in at, I think maybe I had him when we did our draft in the 5th hole. So we'll see what he does. It seems like they're really expecting him to produce as long as he can stay healthy with his knees. So if he's healthy, that tells me we keep Rojas consistent more in center field, and then your boy Walsh is the odd man out. But if Kepler's not hitting, everything is back to whatever. Plug and play, whoever.
And we just had a question on Kepler in the chat, so that was good timing there. Yeah, so it's saying Max Kepler on a 1-year deal, what's he going to do? I mean, look, this is always – we don't have the crystal ball, but if we get like a 270, 70-something RBI year out of him, that'd be awesome, right?
Man.
What? I'm
going back to the wish list. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm saying like that would be nice. I'm not saying I'm guaranteeing that. That would be nice.
That'd be amazing.
Give me 270 and 70, baby.
I think Kepler's going to be good. The bigger issue is going to be his defense. He's never played left field. Thompson completely dodged the question when asked. And then we have defensive worries sometimes with Bohm. He can be hit or miss there. Mm-hmm. We already talked about Turner. So that's the problem still, is where are we going to be at defensively? So you need Kepler to hit, and you need Rojas to kind of anchor the outfield there. Because Castellanos in right field sucks too.
And the other thing we didn't touch on,
hit it
in the like the takeaway thing was probably like a 3B for me. When they asked him about the closer role, if they're going to have like somebody
good call
designated to go in there, or are we going to do the same thing that they did the last couple of years and go in the same thing unless somebody overwhelms them? Hopefully somebody overwhelms them. We don't go that route.
Yeah, Kirkering, right?
That would be ideal, yeah. Get them comfortable.
I think that's what the organization wants, right? They want him to – they don't want to – my read is they don't want to put the pressure on him to say he's the guy, hand him the ball from the beginning. They want him to kind of mature into that role.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. All right, boys, let's close this up with the same way we do every week. On this day in Phillies history.
On this day in Phillies history, we ain't got much history going on today besides Dan Plesac, born on this day, 1962. Reliever, I think he was like here like 1 or 2 years with the Phillies back when they sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Now on MLB Network, pretty good on there. And then born on this day, 1973, Chris Coast.
The 33-year-old rookie.
Yeah. What was the name of the book? Is that the name of the book?
I think that was the name of the book. Don't we have a buddy who has a tie-in with that? Didn't Mickey? Didn't he meet him or something like that?
We got a couple. Well, all of our buddies are older than 33 now, man.
How does it feel to be older than the 33-year-old rookie? It's officially over, boys.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Someone has a tie-in. Something. Mickey popped in my head, too, for some reason. He probably just enjoyed Chris Coach like the rest of us.
No, I think he met him or something like that. Got a book signed. But all right, boys, fun episode.
We got the turkey bacon king over here.
Right.
Ooh, remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
If we could ever find that picture, we'll post it.
Yes, we will.
That's easy.
You have it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right, chat. We got a clean 39 minutes. Let's wrap up there. Have a great week. We will see you next week, and we'll be hanging out with you on the socials.
Go Birds.
See you soon. Go Birds.